These rookies are, as some people might call it, cold. But I'm so impressed by both of these players. I'm so impressed. I can always admit when I'm wrong when it comes to talking about basketball. I am so wrong with both of these players. Like, there are times when I'm kind of wrong. There are times when I'm quite wrong. And there are times when I'm uber wrong, super wrong. And Kiki Rice, I have quoted saying pre-draft the idea of Kiki Rice was better than the player of Kiki Rice. Because I watched Kiki Rice a bit at Stanford. I'm not someone who claims to be I was not a super fan of WNBA before last year. Let's be real. I'm going to watch every single game now. And do you want to know why it's great watching every single game? You have to really concentrate, but you can watch games not live by putting them on three times speed. And if you really focus, you can see what's happening in the games. You can see every play. You might miss the occasional play, but I gotta say, this was a ridiculous game. And by the way, the Sun looked good. I understand they kind of blew it down the stretch, but like tactically, Rashad Mazian, the system that they're playing is effective. I know they went up big early and then the Mystics clawed their way back in the game. And look, Marina Mabrey was garbage. She was straight up garbage. She had a big 30 in the fourth, but it was a very poor showing from Marina Mabrey. Olivia Nelson-Ododa looks like a player that, why didn't they play her last year? That's all I'm going to say. JC Sheldon did JC Sheldon things. She's a really solid player. Heck, even Haley Peters can play a bit. A lot of these, Bria Hartley was really good today. There were so many, by the way. There's been so many players that have come in. Like Bria Hartley at nearly 33 years old. Like Catherine Westbeld making her WNBA debut at 29. And she was exceptional. It is... genuinely, it is like a... it's mad how many players that are coming into this league. There was an entire other 144 that could have made in the could have made the league. The league could have twice as many teams in the talent level. There'd be still players at the talent level of the top ones. There would be enough. If the WNBA had 400 players, there'd be enough. And ironically, there are so many players that have just kind of stayed in the WNBA because they've stuck around. And so many elite players that just haven't been playing. Like Catherine Westbeld is a prime example of that. Obviously, again, Hartley was great. But the Mystics is what we're here to talk about in this game. And I really like this Mystics team. I'm a big fan of Emily Engstler as a player, even in limited minutes. I would have loved it, the Fever, if Lynn hadn't done it. Lynn Dunn goofed with that one. Not quite as big of a deal as getting rid of Alana Smith, but Lynn Dunn goofed by drafting Emily Engstler 4th and then just cutting her straight away. At least she drafted Lexi Hull 6th. But I'd say she was close to cutting Lexi Hull before last year as well. Lucy Olsen, I thought, wasn't up to much. I didn't think she looked bad. She was trying to guard at times Marina Mabrey and stuff, and Mabrey wasn't scoring the most. So I didn't think Lucy Olsen looked terrible. I don't know. I think Lucy Olsen has a spot in the league long term. I don't think she's going to be getting many minutes this year. I think she made a roster. I think she'll make, with the expansion, she'll probably make a roster of 24 extra spots, but very much hanging on to a spot in the roster at this stage. Jade Melbourne was fantastic. And look, Britney Sykes was unbelievable. The motor that Britney Sykes plays with is ridiculous. And look, Sykes was injured for a lot of last year. And it's easy. It's easier being a first option. Like Britney Sykes, has she been an all-star? She's never been an all-star. She's been she's made the all defensive first team twice, which is good. She's led the league in steals twice. Never been an all-star, but averaged 15.9 points per game. How did she not make an all-star team? Averaging 16 points per game. This is for a playoff team, by the way. Averaging 16 points per game, 2 steals per game, 4 assists and 5 boards a game, while shooting 45% from the field and 35% from 3. How did she not make the All-Star team that year and starting off 40 games? Last year, she didn't play that many minutes, averaged 12 points per game in 23 minutes. This year, I'm not joking when I say this, I'm going to make a way too early, like MVP ranking. I'm gonna probably do one. I might just make a weird video like that again. I upload enough videos that it's okay. But like as of this point in time, leading the MVP race is probably Fee. Probably Fee. I need to watch this game. She's 17 in the first half, so I would assume she's gone on and just still gone on a tear. Only 19. By the way, Alana Smith. Oh my god. People are like, I watched her in the first half. People are like, oh, you're just hyping up Alana Smith for no reason. Like, it's not for no reason. Alana Smith's unbelievable. But like Sykes is like, I'm not joking. Is Sykes the top for the MVP race? Is she top right now? Like, I don't know, maybe. But Shug Sutton actually hit some big shots. Jade Melbourne, I really like Jade Melbourne. I think she's real good. I don't think she's quite a true point guard, but I really like Jade Melbourne. This team has depth. Shakira Dawson was awful. She plays so much better with Steph Dolson on the floor. And all Shakira Dawson did was shove somebody. Like, this is a player who was literally played on a Team USA, who people thought had all-star potential. Like I said it during the summer. I was like, they should try to trade Shakira Dawson. I was like, if they draft Kiki Rice and trade Shakira Dawson, because I don't know where Shakira Dawson fits into this team. Because they're clearly trying to win. They're clearly not tanking. But now we're on to their big two. 17 and 14 for Kiki Rice. Like, unbelievable. Unbelievable from Kiki. 1 block, 3 turnovers. And yeah, a couple of possessions down the stretch, Tina Charles kind of got her. But it's Tina Charles. Kiki Rice did everything that she was expected to do. She's the exact player that people expected her to be coming out of Stanford. She just made a wrong choice. She made a very wrong choice to go to USC and play with Juju. And not even just play with Juju, play for Lindsay Gottlieb, who is a non-factor of a coach. And again, I think Lindsay Gottlieb seems like a good person. I think she seems like a good person. I don't know if she seems like she's anything great, spectacular as a coach. And like, she had Chris Sides as her assistant as well. Like, I just don't think there's a genuinely, like, I just don't think it worked out. I don't think it was the right place to go. But Kiki Rice, I mean, she's playing big. She's guarding 4s, she's guarding 5s. Yeah, she's getting cooked a little bit. But you know what? She's still out there playing aggressively. 14 or 17 and 14. Like, she's averaging 15 points per game. And this is what we like. This is what you like to see. You like to see aggression from players, and she is being aggressive. But Sonia Citron it's the wrong game. Sonia Citron, she was so quiet. And then down the stretch, starts off with like a double-handed block. I think they're either down 2 or down 4. I can't remember if they went up 1 or down 1. I can't remember. Someone drove from the Connect Sun team. She gets a double-handed block, takes it the full length down the court, draws the defender, sees Steph Dolson trailing, kicks it to Dolson, bang. One of the biggest possessions of the game. And then all of her buckets are just cutting, moving off the ball, 1 dribble layup, fitting into a system. Like, she went and attacked. She attacked for the game-winning layup. She got the game-winning layup. They got a stop. And then the timeout was called. And Sykes was off the floor. But they ran for Sonia Citron. There are a lot of veteran guards on this team. There are an awful lot of veteran guards. You've got veteran guards. You've got veteran shooters. You had, obviously, Kiki was shooting decently. Like, obviously, Jade Melbourne, you're not going to put her on the line after going 2 for 6. But there are players you would consider putting on the line. They chose to go to Sonia Citron. And by the way, this is in 23 minutes. She had 15 in 23 minutes. They chose to go to Citron. She had 9 fourth-quarter points. And yeah, Britney Sykes, by the way, won them that game. And unfortunately, the title of this video is going to be The Rookies Take Over. But the reality is Britney Sykes has been one of the 3 best players in the WNBA so far this year. Her energy's been crazy. She's made some game-changing plays. She's been absolutely unbelievable. And if titling a video a little bit different to get more eyes on it, so I can give Britney Sykes her props, then so be it. But like, there is a motor that she plays with that no other guard plays with. Like, she almost reminds me a little bit of, not quite as good in the mid-range. Not quite as good in the mid-range, but just the way she plays and just the speed. She's like Kennedy Carter-esque. She's Kennedy Carter-esque. And just in how just she gets the ball and it's just meep meep. And I'm just going. I'm just going. It doesn't matter what happens. But yeah, it's like, genuinely, she's been one of the top players. And like, the Washington Mystics look like they're not going to be good, but they've looked really solid. And by the way, this Connecticut Sun don't look near as bad as I thought. That system. So they run literally. It's we all anyone knows who plays in Europe knows the 2 sets. They run the double. They run the diamond set on offense where you got a player at the free throw line, a player under the basket. The player under the basket chooses. You got the 2 bigs setting screens. The player under the basket picks which side they come off. The other player comes off the other side, comes off a screen on the other side. The player comes off the screen. They're never going to be open for that jump shot, but it's just really to get them open in that jump shot and immediately into a pick and roll. And then out of that, like, that's kind of a starting action, but sorry, bit of a focus issue. But if you guys don't know the action, it's literally like ball gets pitched, or point guard pitches to the wing, point guard cuts through weak side, and pick and roll. Post pick and roll with one player down low. As the pick and roll happens, the post player comes up. The ball gets swung. Either something comes off the pick and roll, or the ball gets swung through the top. Post player gets it. Back cut. The back cut's open. If not, post player either pitches to the guard or normally dribbles for the handoff. It's normally a dribble handoff because a dribble handoff allows one dribble and allows the back cut if it's there from the other player. One dribble handoff, same action consistently, and obviously the diamond set goes into that. It's like, if you've ever played any sort of okay level ball in Europe, or you've watched ball in Europe, like 90% of high level teams run the same two motion offenses because they're the most effective motion offenses. The only thing is you need smart players, and you saw how many assists did Tina Charles have in that game? Only two. Lindsay Allen had 8, but like, there are a lot of high-low actions, a lot of actions for Olivia Nelson and Dota off back cuts. It's a really interesting one. It is a really, really interesting one seeing this team, but I gotta say, the Mystics rookies are, for lack of a better word, they have that dog in them. Like, Kiki Rice is taking on the toughest assignment a lot of the time on defense. Sonia Citron is taking one of the tougher assignments on defense no matter what. And she has twice been incredible down the stretch. And again, look, it's been Britney Sykes' takeover for this team. She's been unbelievable. But I'm going to be honest here. Like, if these 2 players can keep this up, I don't think Paige has it in her to be Rookie of the Year. Because I don't think the Mystics are going to be that much worse than the Wings. And I hate it because in my original preview, I had the Mystics above the Wings, and I had I had the Valkyries above the Wings. Valkyries one sounds dumb. I had the Wings in 11th. Although I had the Sun in 13th, but they don't look that bad. They really don't look that bad. Like, if Mabry could hit shots. Like, they scored 85 points with Mabry going 5 for 21. But yeah, it's going to be an interesting season because even the garbage teams have got players. And I genuinely think when it comes to Sonia Citron and Kiki, if they keep this up, it's not going to be, oh, Paige has to play bad. Paige will play bad and let them into the Rookie of the Year conversation. They might snatch the Rookie of the Year favourite away from Paige because not only are these players playing like Rookie of the Year candidates, they're playing like borderline all-stars. They're putting themselves into the all-star debate. They are putting themselves into the all-star debate right here if they can keep this up. And I understand 2 games is a small sample size, especially against 2 mediocre teams. But who are we as sports fans if we're not going to overreact to early season stuff? Like, you hear it every year when AD being the greatest October player of all time. And this year AD wins MVP. I'm sorry, who are we as sports fans if we're not going to overreact? But anyway, I'll see you guys.